to be some cuts in the budget to build our military up, because we need to build our military up. It's been depleted. Everybody's benefited. I got to have my benefits. I got to have my Social Security. Well, the Social Security is going to be there, but is that going to be the sole supply of everything, the end all and be all? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, don't even rely on the Social Security. If you get a check, then be blessed. Put some money aside. Didn't anybody ever tell you to do that? I know life and living and things can get rough, but man, you better have a plan B. Now, I know there are people who are sick and they depend on it, and I get that. I'm not being unsympathetic, but there are folks that can work and they don't work. And there's a drain, and there needs to be much more accountability to all of these programs that we have. The trillions of dollars that go out for these programs, folks, are killing us. Entitlements. So everybody's entitled. It's just a major problem in our country, and it's got these people pissed off. And again, this hysteria is being pumped up by the media, big time. It's disgusting. It's deplorable. It makes me sick to my stomach. And that's one of the reasons why I continue to do this broadcast for the people and keep the torch lit for a man who started a program where there was very few programs when Chuck took to the air, the founder of this broadcast, for the people that would talk about, things that were happening in government that were bad for America. Yeah, that's right. Bad for America. Especially GATT and NAFTA, our manufacturing base being stripped away and being sold out from under us. Yes, politicians stealing from us, from the American people, and getting rich themselves. Yeah, that was the Clintons, that's for sure. I'm not saying H. Bush was perfect at all. No, people love him since he's an old man and out of the White House. But, man, they made deals that profited them. I wasn't agreeing on George W. with Iraq and Colin Powell and all that stuff. Critical on Republicans and Democrats alike. Bad policies are bad policies. But I have to remind you, and I probably would not be doing my job, there really is a responsibility that we have individually when it comes to these issues and what we do with them in our own communities, in our own sphere of influence. You may not be able to have control over all of these things that happen each and every day that we witness on the television, we hear on the radio. But we do have control in our communities, and one person can make a difference. You got to take a stand for what's right. Even when there's idiots that will tell you otherwise and threaten you and make fun of you, forget about it. You got to do what's right. But we live in different times, folks. People will hit below the belt. They'll hit personal. We talked about, the bipartisan, gesturing yesterday. Hopefully there would be a follow-through on that. It just seems like immediately people forget. And, yeah, there is the Washingtonian life, and then there's the mainstream life. The problem is people don't see K Street at night. They don't see Democrats and Republicans actually having a drink and getting together and talking in a back room or praying in a back. They don't see that. Maybe they need to have a reality TV show to show that, they actually have a life outside of politics. They actually can still have a barbecue together. They actually can still play baseball. And tonight we'll watch it on C-SPAN to raise money for youth all over the Beltway, the D.C. area, for girls and boys clubs, and for police officers. I think if there's a benevolent fund, I think that they've recently just decided they're going to go ahead and do a nonprofit there, but I think they're going to raise $250,000 tonight, if not more. But that's the side that we need to see, that there's not all dysfunction all the time, that people have families, they have lives, and we don't disagree on every single part. People need to educate themselves a little bit more on really what happens in the Beltway and in Washington. Yes, they don't agree, but a lot of this dysfunction happens outside of Washington, just FYI, and a lot of that is the media. A lot of that's the media, ladies and gentlemen. Please continue praying with your minister or your church. Prayers up for Scalise. He's not out of the woods yet. He's had another surgery, and he's in critical condition. Doctors taking really good care of him. And his hip, he took a big blow to the hip, big shots there, did a lot of damage. I don't know how much damage it did to any of his organs. I mean, doctors are really not saying a whole lot, but being in critical condition, I would imagine there's quite a lot of damage that's happening. U.S. Representative Mike Doyle, the Democrat captain, he agreed that the game should go on as well. He says that we're not going to let instances like this change the way of life of our daily routines, Doyle said, noted Entertainment Weekly. We're going to go ahead and play the game. Players on both sides want to do that, and I think it's the right thing to do. We just have to remember that 4 people were shot in the incident, and the shooter, James Hodgkinson, 66 of Illinois, died from injuries sustained when he was shot by police. CNN reported that along with Scalise, lobbyist Matt Mika, staffer Zach Barth, and Capitol Police Officer Crystal Greiner were all shot in the incident. So, folks, prayer for them and for their families as well. I'm just amazed at looking at some of the papers today where they're condemning the media and for their coverage and for the plays and the rhetoric that's been stirred up with the play and with Gifford holding up the severed head that still gets a lot of play, and even on Facebook, which I don't understand why they don't take down these videos, but they still propagate this stuff. And this guy had 2 radicalized pages of garbage on his Facebook page. And I'm thinking to myself, if Facebook is doing a good job, then why aren't they policing our own country? They should be, hopefully they immediately will be taken down. What a loser. Completely. But Facebook definitely does their job. The internet does a great job of just throwing this stuff out, and then people share the stuff and propagate the stuff. And again, people don't ask questions. They don't ask questions. They just basically, they heard it and then they share it. And then before long, it propagates all over like lightning. Whisper down the lane. That's exactly what the internet does. And then everybody's talking about it, and it's the gospel truth. Just because it's on the internet or on the television doesn't make it a fact. Pass it on. You heard it first here. Hopefully not. Keith Allen, For the People, much more ahead. Don't go anywhere.
Survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew was I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it, don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Wounded Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on.
To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
Some things in life need a little attention. Like a plant. If not watered, it begins to turn brown. But if watered properly, its leaves turn green again. Like a plant, For the People needs watering too. Your thoughtfulness provides sustainability for us to grow and reach our full potential. You see, For the People depends on you to broadcast this program to help inform and educate folks so you can make a difference right where you are. Grab your watering can and join us as we endeavor to make a difference in people's lives each and every day. To donate, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just look for the watering can and water as much as you can. At For the People, our garden is full of opportunities, and planting something allows others to enjoy the benefits. At For the People, our mission is simple. Give you the news that matters with good old-fashioned common sense, mixed with a conservative point of view. Simply log on to our website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Thanks for your support. Get ready, get set for 123 Ready TV, the brand new app that everyone's talking about for your PC or Android device that allows you access to most every movie or TV show ever made. Sound incredible? Well, it is, because once you pay $19.99, that's all you pay. Just the movies and TV shows you like without the hassle. The internet streams everything already. What 123 Ready does is it finds them, then delivers them directly to you, commercial-free. There's nothing quite like it, and it's available now at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And before you buy 123 Ready TV, watch the video and see how simple it is to start watching all those movies and TV shows. If you like movies and TV shows, but don't enjoy paying for all of them, no problem. Just pay $19.99 and start enjoying countless titles and entertaining TV better than anyone. Get your 123 Ready TV for $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page. And For the People continues coast to coast on radio stations and our syndicate radio network, Liberty News Radio, and a lot of folks listening on podcast on your device or on your phone. I appreciate that. And we appreciate your emails. We invite you to email us at forthepeopleshow.com. There's a little email symbol there or contact form that you can fill out. I get a letter from Paul, and he's living out in Riverside, California. He used to listen to For the People many years ago, and he starts off his letter saying, "Love the return of the show." Well, thank you very much, Paul. We've been back on a little over 2 years. He said, rather my rediscovery of the broadcast. He says, I listened to Chuck for several years before he purchased the hotel. He's talking about the old Telford Hotel on 3 River Street in White Springs, Florida. He said, when he had the hotel, he lost the hotel. Then the crap with the IRS, he threw him out, and which resulted in the demise of the broadcast. And during his show, he had a shortwave radio promotion, and a bunch of fellow employees and myself ended up purchasing a number of radios for him. And he says, I might recommend, if possible, bringing back the promotion. I think that's a great idea. He says, anyway, listen to the show daily. It's great. I know Chuck could not have selected any better than you, Keith, to keep this fantastic show alive. You guys are in my prayers, and from what I read about Chuck's health, he has not been good over the past several years. Please let him know that there's still people out there that recognize the great work he did for us. Amen. Thank you very much, brother. Yeah, love those shortwave radios. Love the radios. Man, there's just nothing like it. And radio's not dead, my friends. I think there's going to be a resurgence of it. And talk radio's hotter than ever. Seriously. So it's a good thing. And hang on to that radio station. Don't lose faith over it. But we love getting those letters. And if you like For the People and it resonates, send us an email forthepeopleshow.com. Fred Otto just warmed my